fact is, your kids need you more and more as they grow older. They need your time. They need your attention. They need a relationship with you. But relationships don't just happen. You have to build them. You have to be intentional. You have to invest in them. And so often, we parents don't do that. Then, when our kids don't really want to be with us, we are hurt, angry, or surprised. That's when we tend to have these kinds of responses. We freak out. We backpedal and implement mandatory time together, which they resist because we haven't built any foundation for this time together. We back off. When they resist, we don't push through the awkward stage. We forget that relationships take time and trust to build, and instead of keeping at it, we just let our time together gently fade away. We give up. We believe the lie that this is how parent-child relationships go, and we just let our kids choose their friends and their music and their phones and their rooms over spending time with us. So what can we do differently? We can invest in them. We can invest our time, attention, and love into our children's lives. We can choose them. We can choose them over our phones, our busy schedules, our golf dates, or our Saturday morning 5Ks. We can show up. We can show up time and time again, even when they're not excited, or it's inconvenient, or we're all busy, or it's raining. We can be thoughtful. We can put thought into the activities we invite them into and make those activities meaningful to our children specifically. And we can accomplish all of this by adventuring together with our kids. Adventuring together simply means getting outside the confines of your regular routine, whether that means you are literally stepping outside the walls of your house and onto the hiking trail, like my family loves to do, or getting lost together in an adventure story. The key is that you are doing something different together. Those simple moments create lasting memories and connection. That was my dad's gift to me, taking the humblest of moments and turning them into a grand adventure. Any trip, event, or even a moment held the potential for becoming a meaningful connection. By being faithful in the little things, he made a big impact on my heart. We live in a day and age where there are so many things vying for our children's attention and, even more, for their hearts. There is an endless array of activities to take part in, texts to send, and the newest shows to binge watch on Netflix. There are new apps to explore, and there's the societal need to keep up with the fun that friends, acquaintances, and even strangers are having. All these things can create distance between our hearts and the hearts of our kids. Whether you are a parent of preschoolers or high schoolers, this book offers you the first steps to lessening that distance and connecting with your kids in a deep and meaningful way. I'll help you find ways to create, maintain, and grow lasting connections, all through adventure. Remember, you don't have to fall prey to growing apart from your children. That doesn't have to be your story. But in order for that not to happen, you must be intentional and put in the work. Building relationships takes time and presence, not splash and flash. It takes space outside your normal everyday to make it happen. Adventuring with your kids creates that space. Adventures provide a dedicated time together to talk, grow, laugh, and learn. Best of all, adventures make memories, which is the stuff lasting heart connections are made of. So let's make a plan. Let's get out on the trail, take a cooking class, or start a book club. Let's adventure together. Part 1. How Adventures Make Connections. Chapter 1. Adventures Change Us. Inside all of us is adventure. Maurice Sendak. We took up much of the room on the waiting platform, repeatedly warning our excited, curious kids to stay behind the yellow line and not get whooshed away by a speeding train. Our big group of mamas and kids stood out from the crowd of regular metro riders. People looked. Some people stared. Others smiled at us. The kids didn't notice or care. For most, it was their first time riding public transportation. They studied the map of the route, finding where we'd get on and asking where we'd get off. We were having an adventure, and they were so into it. The train